Welcome to Own Your Words. Appreciate. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Appreciate. Appreciate. It is a verb. Meaning. 1. If you appreciate something, for example, a piece of music or good food, you like it because you recognize its good qualities. 2. If you appreciate something, you recognize its value. 3. If you appreciate a situation or problem, you understand it and know what it involves. 4. If you appreciate something that someone has done for you, or is going to do for you, you are grateful for it. 5. If something that you own appreciates over a period of time, its value increases. Examples. 1. I never really appreciated the size of the club, and what it means to the community. 2. He gave Joe a look that said he didn't appreciate him, poking fun at the kid mariachi band. 3. I have to say, I'm coming to understand, appreciate some of your unique modifications. 4. So sometimes I had a hard time answering, even if I did appreciate the questions. 5. There's no point buying him expensive wines, he doesn't appreciate them. 6. I trust one day you will appreciate the near sacred power of education, he said. 7. She was born to this, and the Koreans seem to appreciate her acknowledgement of them. 8. I appreciate that some of you have had to wait all night, and I thank you for your patience. 9. Congress did not appreciate the amount of anger that people felt about this issue. 10. To begin to appreciate how it drives him, you have to go back to the beginning of his story. 11. His attitude was Asquithian, and he knew she appreciated him for his patience. 12. Children are capable of appreciating beauty in art, music, language, and movement. Communicate. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Communicate. Communicate. It is a verb. Meaning. 1. To communicate is to exchange words, feelings, or information with others. 2. If you communicate with someone, you share or exchange information with them, for example by speaking, writing, or using the equipment. You can also say that two people communicate. 3. If you communicate information, a feeling, or an idea to someone, you let them know about it. 4. If one person communicates with another, they successfully make each other aware of their feelings and ideas. You can also say that two people communicate. Examples. 1. The winded boys didn't have to waste any more breath, communicating what came next. 2. He is able to communicate using a special keyboard, which is connected to a computer. 3. She had taught him to read and write so they could communicate with one another. 4. This must be how they communicate, because the pack backs up as if to make room. 5. She mentioned that, Vermeer's ladies sometimes seem to communicate with her. 6. The course is designed to enable people to communicate effectively in speech and writing. 7. Ali was never allowed out but managed to communicate with his brothers by shouting. 8. The ability to communicate effectively, both orally and in writing, is also important. 9. The potential of graphs to communicate effectively is consequently being undermined. 10. When infestations are particularly severe, some trees can even communicate the fact. 11. Both movies were rather plotless, and I had a hard time communicating the gist of them. 12. There was no telephone or mail service, no way of communicating with the clinic staff. Create. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Create. Create. It is a verb. Meaning. 1. To create simply means to make or bring into existence. Bakers create cakes, ants create problems at picnics, and you probably created a few imaginary friends when you were little. 2. To create something means to cause it to happen or exist. 3. When someone creates a new product or process, they invent it or design it. Examples. 1. The lights create such a glare, it's next to impossible to see anything behind them. 2. Margot's outburst created an unpleasant atmosphere, and most of the guests left early. 3. A few such designs may be created before a final decision is made, by the artist and client. 4. The witch said only Mr. Flux, or maybe the person who created him, could fix this. 5. When he offered us the opportunity to create our own roles, we became even angrier. 6. There are strict guidelines to be followed, when you are creating a new company. 7. As one respondent put it, a contract would be created between the practitioner and the trust. 8. Intuitively, you can think of it, much like creating a reference cell in memory. 9. To make the analysis more reliable, a cultural index is created by means of factor analysis. 10. I explained that verbs in Arabic form roots, that create trees of nouns and word structures. 11. Athens was her special city, the olive created by her was her tree, the owl her bird. 12. Werner watches Frederick create another crude spiral, the pencil locked in his fist. Hesitate. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Hesitate. Hesitate. It is a verb. Meaning. 1. To hesitate is to pause before doing something, often out of concern or worry. 2. To pause before you do or say something, often because you are uncertain or nervous about it. 3. To pause before saying, or doing something because you are nervous or not sure. Examples. 1. Elders clearly hesitated to break apart these unions, illicit though they were. 2. To this end he did not hesitate to break his word, on later occasions either. 3. He hesitated for a long time in front of a small cabinet, Joseph hadn't noticed before. 4. Some parents hesitate to do this because, they suspect their child is exaggerating. 5. I hesitated to apply the word vulnerable, to him but it came into my mind. 6. Please don't hesitate to tell either Mr. Schrader, or myself should you feel ill again. 7. Had we hesitated much longer, we might not even have had the spot on the rooftop. 8. If any one of you is troubled, or needs help, please don't hesitate to contact me or my wife. 9. It had all been so flimsy, that Pasco hesitated about presenting it to DL. 10. The elephant hesitates, in response to which August strikes her with a bull hook. 11. As Wayne put it, I hesitated because I know he doesn't like to butt heads with people. 12. She had only hesitated for a millionth of a second, but I could tell the moment she saw me. Indicate. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Indicate. Indicate. It is a verb. Meaning. 1. To indicate means to point something out, or to present evidence. 2. If one thing indicates another, the first thing shows that the second is true or exists. 3. If you indicate an opinion, an intention, or a fact, you mention it in an indirect way. 4. If you indicate something to someone, you show them where it is, especially by pointing to it. 5. If one thing indicates something else, it is a sign of that thing. 6. If a technical instrument indicates something, it shows a measurement or reading. 7. When drivers indicate, they make lights flash on one side of their vehicle to show that they are going to turn in that direction. Examples. 1. A survey of retired people has indicated that most are independent and enjoying life. 2. Its thick towing line was spliced every 20 feet to indicate the length over the side. 3. Exploratory investigations have indicated large amounts of oil below the seabed. 4. Various studies indicate that some forms of alternative medicine are extremely effective. 5. Our Father takes their ironical and self-interested tone to indicate a lack of genuine grief. 6. Retailers should indicate to the consumer the exact weight of the produce. 7. Their approximate position in the text should be indicated by a note in the margin. 8. Long skid marks on the pavement indicated the driver had attempted to brake. 9. Professor Johnson has indicated his intention to retire at the end of next year. 10. I'd like you to meet Todd, he said, indicating a tall man standing next to him. 11. Campaign finance records indicate many of the guests were donors to his own party. 12. Mr. Bunia indicated that it was getting late, and we should not camp but stay in their home. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos.